be seated. Roll call members, please.
Mr. Jeter, District 1.
Here.
Mr. Tipton, District 2.
Here.
Mr. Herron, District 3. Mr. Bricky, District 4.
Here.
Mr. Mann, District 5.
Here.
Ms. Hood, District 6. Here. Ms. Addington at large. Here.
All right, thank you, ma'am. With that, next item is approve the agenda. Do you have anything to add to the agenda, Ms. Starnes?
I don't have anything.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, Mr. Tipton made a motion that we approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Jeter, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is to approve the minutes from November the 1st, 2023. Do we have a motion to do so? If you got a chance to look at it, hope you have. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from November 1st?
So moved.
Mr. Ricky made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Hood, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is citizen expression period. I have a short statement I will read, and we'll get into that. The citizen expression period is upon the meeting when anyone who wishes to address the board or staff may do so. If you wish to speak, please come to the podium, state your name, where you're from in the county, and or what organization you represent. The board may or may not respond to anything that you say, but we will take everything you say into account when making future decisions. Please keep your comments concise and business-like. If no one has signed up to speak, and we have one, Mr. Tim Castile, is he here? He just, anyway, he had signed up. All right, anyway, we have no particular order. We just ask that you take turns to speak your business. Any action will be considered after we close citizen expression period. With that, we are in citizen expression. If Mr. Tim Castile is here. I don't see him. So with that, anyone else wishing to speak may come and do so. Good morning.
Morning. I got a crowd today, haven't I?
Good morning.
I'm Peggy Tice, I'm from Snowflake Road, and I guess here again to complain. We're not dusty now, we're muddy. And then we've got washboards and, or washboards. And I've got a concern. I have been approached by people. I've been stopped walking at the grocery store. I've got phone calls, I've got texts about a road on Valley Creek, Horse Hill Road, that was not only paved, but part of it repaved, and it is paved to the end, to where the state ends maintenance. And everybody's wondered, you know, I said, well, we ain't got no money, and that's what they were wondering about, you know, how and why that happens. It's kind of on a dead-end road, like a lady was here last month mentioned, you know, about things being done on a dead-end road versus.
Is that off of Valley Creek?
Yeah.
What was the name of it again?
Horse Hill.
Horse Hill. Okay. All right, go ahead.
And I guess my main reason is here today is to make sure that we stay on the 6-year plan. And we've been on it since I kept records back in 1997. So just make sure but I told these people that approached me about this road, I told them, well, they just have to ask you guys or BDOT about it. So, and I guess that's all I have, and y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'll see you next month.
Thank you. God bless you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Anyone? Okay. With that, we'll come out of this expression period, and I'll address Ms. Peggy. She's been here. How many meetings have you missed? I know in a while you haven't missed one, so you've been here about every time.
This one, and I come one day and y'all wasn't here.
Yeah, but that is true. But anyway, we thank you for coming, and we'll see what can happen with this. We do appreciate you coming. All righty, with that, we got a public hearing that we need to do. And so, the public hearing on a special use permit application submitted by Kristen, how do you pronounce that last name? Rusevas, okay. For tax map number 160A 18A on Palm Drive off the Yuma Road in Gate City, Virginia, to use the parcel as a commercial kennel. So with that, we open the public hearing, and Mr. If you'll come, please.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Roosevelt came in and put in an application for a special use permit for a commercial kennel, and been looking for that. It requires a special use permit. The kennel, there is the definition for a commercial kennel. The board has a copy of that. There's a location in the county. It's about as far down Yuma as you can go. I mean, it's all the way right before the state line. There is the map. The current mapping by the county is incorrect. Ms. Roosevelt corrected me, and they just bought this parcel. They live right down below it. And if you can look there, the property lines are incorrect. But it is a wooded area. It is more or less separated from everything around it. The adjoining property owners have received a notarized letter telling them about this meeting, and the planning commission. The planning commission did recommend that the special use permit be granted. Any questions?
Any comments or questions for Mr. Gilman? All right. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone wishing to speak during this public hearing? Anyone? The planning commission recommended, I'm sure, I think I saw what they did. They recommended to the board of supervisors, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No opposition from anybody? All right. Anyone wishing to speak? If not, we'll come out of the public hearing. We will entertain a motion to vote to approve this special use application. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Find you here. Ms. Acton made a motion. Do we have?
I'll second.
Mr. Jeter, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. So well done. Thanks for doing that. The next item is a public hearing to amend the Scott County fiscal year 2024 budget. Amendments include an increase in funds to the school operating fund totaling $5,277,917, $773,335 for month expenditures, $2,900 to the law library, $3,000 technology trust fund, $23,989 for opioid settlement fund, $7,160 motor vehicle violation fund, $39,181 local assistance and tribal consistency fund, and $25,470 regional improvement fund. Additional revenue is projected to be $654,368. So with that, we will have the public hearing on this, and you need to speak, Ms. Norman, before we to speak. Okay. So we are in the public hearing on that. Anybody want to speak about our budget amendment? You're welcome to come and do so. Anyone? So I take that no one wants to speak. When we had our meeting, going over the agenda, Ms. Starr went over this in depth about what this is. If it's a certain percent, you have to do this. What percent of the budget we have to do this public hearing? Do you remember, Frida?
1%.
1%. If there's a change of 1%, we have to have a public hearing to do that. So with that, no one's voted. We have a motion to approve the amended budget as presented to you. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Jeter made a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Bricky, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Good job, Ms. Starnes. A lot of calculation, a lot of pencil work you had to do with that, so we appreciate you doing that. That was a big deal to do. Our next item is item number 9. Moving pretty quickly here. Item 9 is to ratify the Robinson Farmer Cox engagement letter. Ms. Starnes, if you would.
You have a copy of the engagement letter on your tablet. We need to ratify this work for our GASB statements. Our normal audit personnel that does our workup for our financial statements couldn't get this completed within the timeline for our audit. So we went outside to Robinson Farmer Cox to get this done, and they did complete the GASB for us last year as well.
Okay. So this letter, this engagement letter, we need to approve that. Do we have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Mr. Ricky made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Atkins, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Item 10, small purchase procedure discussion. Ms. Starnes.
You have a copy of this redlined on your tablets. We've been working on this to move the limits. The school system has been requesting this for quite a while because of the cost of, the increased cost of how much everything costs now. Currently, we have, if you have $0 to $999,
Just to confirm.
you don't have to have a purchase order or anything over 1,000 you would. So we're looking at moving that limit, if you approve that, to $5,000 before you would need a purchase order. And as you can see, the levels change as you go up until sealed bids would move from $30,000 to $50,000. And we would have to have a public hearing if this is something that you want to proceed with, and we could do that in January.
Okay. So do we need to vote on pursuing this, or just a discussion?
Yeah, we would need authorization to advertise for the public hearing.
All right. We need a motion for the public hearing. Do we have a motion to do that? It'll be in January.
And that would be to amend the ordinance, the procurement ordinance.
Okay. All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Jeter made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Tippin, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is item 11, the Manville tree discussion. Ms. Starnes again.
Ms. Hood had received a call about the Bradford pear trees that are across Manville Road out at the courthouse. We had someone go out and take a look at those trees, and one of them is dead, and the other two need to be trimmed or removed. We do have one quote in hand to do that work, and have reached out to another contractor that we haven't heard from yet to get a quote. I have talked to VDOT and the town manager, so they are aware of the situation as well. So I just wanted to put this on for a discussion, how you want to proceed with those trees. If you want to have them removed, or one removed and then trimmed, or just get your thoughts on how you want to proceed. We would need to probably take that money from contingency if you decide to proceed with having those removed.
That's a picture of the bill that you got on the screen.
Yes.
That is.
How many trees is it? Three. Three.
The thing about Bradford pears, as they get older, they become a nuisance more than they do anything about. Now, they look good when they're little, but as they get bigger, they're not so pretty no more. I mean, it'd be my thought, just remove them, but you all can decide what you want to do here, but just remove
Well,
them.
they're dangerous.
Yeah.
I feel like they're dangerous because they're
Yeah.
so,
Bradford pears and all mileage should never have been sold to start with.
Yeah. All right, well, you want to do, you want to vote to remove them?
Yes, I'll make the motion.
Okay. Mr. Ricky made a motion that the trees be removed. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, Ms. Hood, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So, anyway, you can do that, Ms. Starnes.
And it's okay to use contingency for that?
Yes. Yeah. You okay with that, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. Our next item is the update on the Powell Valley National Bank petty cash signature card, Ms. Starnes.
I'm requesting that we add Ms. Kegley to the petty cash signature card. This will also need to be changed in January with the new treasurer coming on board. They don't have signing authority, but they are listed on the account name. So in January, we can get that, get everything ready for that to be in effect January 1. We don't have, as you know, a petty cash box. It's just a checking account in case we have to run to the courthouse to pay fees or something small. So just need authorization to add Ms. Kegley to the signature card, be myself and her as signing authority on that account.
Okay. Do you have a motion to do that, to add Ms. Kegley? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Jeter made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Atkins, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. All right, the Carter Fold 50th anniversary thing they're doing, so Ms. Starnes again, if you will.
This is on your tablet as well. Mr. Kilgore gave me this information that they're fundraising for the Carter Fold 50th anniversary. There is a letter telling about that celebration as well as levels of sponsorship for your consideration.
Okay. During our pre-meeting, two of us meet with the county administrator on all these things, and we discussed, I don't know the amount, we talked about $1,000, and I don't know if that would be the correct amount to do, but anyway, your all's thoughts on it, we'll make a decision about it. Your thoughts. Anyone?
I'll make a motion that we do $1,000.
Okay.
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Contingency.
From contingency, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll be $1,000 from the contingency fund to the Carter Fold for the 50th anniversary, correct? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any other thoughts? If not, we will entertain a motion. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. So next item is item 14, the Natural Tunnel State Park Pool Resolution. We talked about that in our pre-meeting too. And so, Ms. Starnes, if you would, I hope that will happen. I mean, where that thing is located down there, that's the Lee County people use, the Wise County, of course, Duffield, Scott County. Our church used it. A lot of churches did, and so hopefully we can get that back opened up. But it's going to cost a lot of money. The state will pay for it, not us. The state would do it. So, Ms. Starnes, if you would.
The resolution is on your tablet. I would like to have you take a look at the resolution to see if it's something you would like to send. My thoughts were to send to the governor, Mr. Kilgore, Mr. Pillion, also the new majority leader and the Speaker of the House, to get this on both sides of the aisle's radar, that the importance of this pool funding and the pool to the Southwest Virginia area. It's not only used by Scott County, but visitors from all over the country come to Natural Tunnel Park. And before the pool was closed, if you camped there, you got a pool pass. So it was a big benefit for all of those that come to the park. So just take a look at the resolution. We can make changes or add or delete anything that you want to out of the resolution, but just a thought to put this out there to get it sent in before they go to Richmond in January for their session.
Do you know if any of the other counties are, I think it'd be good to be kind of a unified thing. If we could send that to them and say,
I can
hey,
ask those.
let's kind of band together and let's all send a letter. Just a thought.
The thing that surprised me about that, the cost to
I know.
fix it,
Yeah.
up to $4 million. I mean, what could you do? What kind of swimming pool could you do for $4 million? And that's just to fix this one. So to build a new, I don't know what it would cost. I don't know, but it was just crazy the cost estimate they got to repair that pool. I don't know, it was pretty crazy.
I got a lot of questions about it, so I know, people in District 6 are very interested in getting that pool back.
If you ever went, it's very crowded. I've never seen it when it was a nice day and then it was just packed with people using it. So it was.
Prior to closing, I think it was the most used state park pool in the state.
It probably was.
Yeah.
And the concessions, it was good too. They had good food and stuff. You can get snacks and stuff. So it was all really good. And I hate to see it go. But when COVID happened, I guess when they shut it down, they didn't open it back up. So for whatever happened, when COVID hit, it didn't start back. It's opened it back up. All right. So with that, we'll vote on this resolution. Do we have a motion on the resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Jeter made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Hood, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item 15, approval for the ARPA projects. Again, Ms. Starnes, wearing you out today, Anna.
The ARPA committee met last night, and we have 3 projects today for your consideration. The first one would be to upgrade the camera system at the county office, the sheriff's office, and the courthouse. And that cost would be $26,519. The second project is requested by Bo Taylor, the circuit court clerk, for a records management software. And that cost would be $95,677. Let me calculate. I believe that was right.
I think it is. It's right out.
$95,677, and the recurring fees for that is $36,877. And the clerk did the presentation last night and told us that he would be able to pay those recurring fees out of his technology trust fund budget going forward. So this would be just a one-time cost for the county, and he would maintain the recurring fees.
Good.
And then our third project is to replace the existing deck at Scott County Park. As you know, that is a large wraparound deck that has not been replaced, and it is deteriorated to the point where we now have holes in the deck floor in a couple of places. So the quote that we have is to replace it with composite decking on the floor, treated lumber framing and railing, and then new metal roofing installed underneath. So those are the three for your consideration today.
You told me the amount on that third one.
Yeah, what's the amount?
21.5 was our best quote on the last one on the deck.
Yeah, I can recommend a composite stuff rather than using wood on the deck, and it's more expensive up front, but it lasts a whole lot longer.
A lot less maintenance, as big as that deck is.
And this pressure treated wood you get now is supposed to last 99 years, but I don't think it does. My deck, I've been there 15 years, and I'm going to replace some of the boards, so it does not last. So like you think it should. All right, and how are we on the ARPA funds right now? Is that going to complete?
This will exhaust it.
I thought it would, yeah. All right, so we have this before you hear these projects recommended from the ARPA committee to the Board of Supervisors. Do we have a motion to approve this as presented?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Tiffany made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Jeter, second. Any discussion?
I'm just curious, is that part of capital improvement, Frida, or do you remember?
I think we discussed the deck and capital improvements this past year, but it was not funded in the budget.
Okay.
None of those were.
The other, okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion before we vote? All in favor, vote say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, bookkeeping, Ms. Amy.
Please appropriate $6,217.06 from Motor Vehicle Violation Fines Fund 1225-01401-314030 to Sheriff's Conference and Training 1000-31200-405540 for reimbursements received and deposited at the Treasurer's Office.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve these appropriations as provided by this individual? Do we have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Tiffany made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Jeter, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And please accept increased amount of $59,000 awarded to Sheriff's Office 508516-LE ARPA Law Enforcement Equipment Grant.
All right. Do we have any have a motion on this, accepting this grant as presented to you by Ms. Victor? Do we have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Tiffany made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Agnew, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is appointments. Ms. Tina, if you would, please.
We have one appointment to the Planning District 1 Behavioral Health Services Board. Joanna Eads sent a letter that's on your tablet. She is willing to serve again. That's your only applicant.
All right. Do you have a nomination for the Planning District 1 Behavioral Health Services Board? Do we have any nominations?
Nominate Joanne Eads.
All right. Any other nominations?
I'll make a motion nomination cease and vote by acclamation.
All right. We have a motion to nomination cease. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, vote saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
We have one appointment to the Regional Industrial Facilities Board. The county administrator serves on this board, and you will need to reappoint reappoint her for 4 years.
Okay. Do we have any nominations?
I'll nominate Ms. Starnes.
All right, any other nominations?
I make the motion nomination cease and we vote by acclamation.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Tippett, second. All in favor, vote saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Well, 25 minutes, we're doing good. Moving right along. She has something to go to in a few minutes. You'll have time to get there, I think.
I feel like I've run a marathon.
I do. I know, but you'll have time to get there. Looks like we'll get there pretty quick. All right. Ms. Cagley, have anything for us?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Thank you. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions for Ms. Cagley? Our next item is a county administrator item, dealing with claims. If you would, Ms. Starnes, you're back up.
You have the green,
Warren, yeah.
you have the green sheet in your folder. We do not have a treasurer's accountability this month. We're still working in the 2 systems, and instead of presenting something that was not accurate, we felt better to forego that this month. So claims, you'll see your early sets for the month total $218,883.59. Total claims for current is $498,431.50. Total claims for the month, $717,315.09. And you do have a list of those claims that are over $5,000 attached, if you want to take a look at those, see if you have any questions.
Without any comments or questions for the claims? Anyone?
If not, the total claims for the month that needs approving is $717,315.09.
All right. Need a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make the motion, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Hood made a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Tippett, second. Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Ms. Starnes. Anything on miscellaneous?
I do have one thing under miscellaneous. I would like to get authorization or approval to apply for the Virginia Women's Municipal Leadership Institute. And if approved for that program, they only take 25, to request $2,500 from board contingency be transferred to conference and training in my budget to cover the registration and then travel in this budget year.
Okay. Now, this approval is based upon if her being selected one of the 25, that's correct, isn't it?
That's correct, yes.
All right. Any discussion here? If not, we entertain a motion to allow Ms. Starnes to obtain data and pay for the trip. Again, it depends on her being selected one of the 25. Do we have a motion?
I will make the motion that we allow her to apply for that and wish her good luck.
Amen. All right.
I'll second and commend Ms. Starnes for volunteering to do this, because there'll be a lot of work involved, but it will help her in the county when it's done.
Yes.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, I recommend it highly if you get selected to go. So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Can't believe how far we've gone. It's just 9 o'clock. We're making history here. It must be Christmas time or something. All right, Mr. Dishman, where'd you go? There you are.
I barely had time to send him a text.
Well, send expression really quick, and so that was
Not myself, because I only had time for 2 sips of coffee. So.
you can bring it with you.
But I'm glad you have an expedited meeting. And Merry Christmas, and let me first say it's been a pleasure, standing before you all. Well, most of the time it's been a pleasure.
We try to make it pleasant.
But and I appreciate your all's hard work and dedication, and I know how much time you have to put in. But it's been a pleasure working with you. And I'm not going or hopefully, but I won't say that. Good luck to all of you, and anyway, I'll move ahead. I thought it was a joke, really. You were getting me in here this certainly. I didn't know what was going on. You said LOL. I thought, what have they got in store for me this morning?
Maybe you didn't have to sip of
The
coffee,
text
right?
said, come on, LOL. I thought,
We just needed to make sure you
what
were
does this
awake.
mean?
Could we do
What'd you
this
say?
every time for the last 4 years?
I wish. The fall meetings are always pretty short. We don't have any budget issues and that's it.
They were pretty short, but not this short.
No.
Okay, well, I just thought as usual I would go over projects, but I'm willing to answer any other questions about anything else the PSA is doing, or not doing, and should be doing, and any problems I can address with you if you have questions, or of course anything about projects. But recently completed, did you get, okay, great, thank you, Tina, thank you. Recently completed projects are the Phelan Hollow, a short water line extension down off of Angler's Way. Yes, thank you. And then Robinette Valley, and which may be the first phase of Robinette Valley, if there's a second phase, and then the Henner's Valley West Road water line extension. These were completed since I was last here. And funded and under construction, or still under construction, the Daniel Boone sewer, and the main part has been completed, but we are working on completing certain sections on the south side of the railroad out there in Daniel Boone. Hopefully we have the funds to do that. Our engineer's working on a change order, working with the contractor to line that work up. And I won't read all these to you, but the multi-community water extension phase one, we've completed the Phelan Hall portion. We're working on a water line extension out and good Cooper Road, out east of Hilton's, up the river there. And we're almost done with that. And then under funded projects, I'll highlight some funded but not yet under construction. Actually, yes. Well, the big one, sewer project, big two, sewer project, Yuma and Hilton's, making good progress on that. Appreciate your support on the new effort to get easements, and that has been successful. And we have the easements we need to go ahead and get started. Still in the process on a couple, but we have what we need to get started. So hopefully that will be under construction. We expect it to be under construction in 2024.
When will that go out for bid?
In 2024. That's about all I can say.
That's next
But hopefully
month.
early 2024.
That's next month.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
Mr. Dishman, I want to apologize for not being at the last PSA meeting, because I was up in Virginia at another meeting. And you may have brought this up about Yuma, and I don't want to step on Daryl's toe, but two ladies called me, and they had called complaining about water lines in Briarcliff.
Yeah.
And they were told that you were going to install around 1,000 feet.
A lot of those water lines in Briarcliff, every water line in Briarcliff probably needs to be replaced because they're galvanized lines, probably over 50 years old. And every one of those that are in the path of the new sewer, we're going to replace it while we replace the sewer. There are others, and it's probably the same ladies like hers, that are not one of those that's in the path of sewer that we're going to have to replace separately, and we are going to have to do that. I mean, we're working out there a lot, patching those old lines, just like we do down in Nottingham area, Hilton's. a lot of leaks down there due to old galvanized lines.
That's what I was thinking, that there might be others. At that time period, those were installed, it was galvanized.
Yeah, and then
And that's not good.
wherever cities like that,
Yeah.
Nottingham, Hilton is like that. And so like the Weber City Phase 2 water main replacement, that's exactly what, in the same category,
Right,
old
right.
galvanized lines. But yes, I know what you're talking about. Thank you. And we missed you at the meeting, but I understand. So Central Scott Water Phase 1, funded and in design and including easement acquisition. We're just about ready to submit for all the permits, including the construction permit and from the health department, and then we'll be able to go to bid. So we're expecting that to go to bid in 2024 as well. A lot happening in 2024, it looks like. And you're familiar with the Upper Cliff Mountain Phase 2. That's the second phase of that. Was the Black Gum Lane was the first phase, and the second phase is that construction contract has been awarded. So work is expected to start soon. I would say sometime after first of the year. And Pink Hill, we're ready to about ready to get started on that in early 2024. And then there's a water extension called Multi-Community Phase 2. That's Federal Road, Shoals Lane, and Hunters Valley East Road. We've got that funded since I was here last time.
Let me ask you about, if you don't mind, the ARPA grant in Hawkins County is to install, and then they take it over?
No, we will operate that system. They insisted that we build it and operate it. And
They'll fund the upkeep.
It'll be funded by the water bills.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a win-win for the PSA and for the citizens down there. It's a really good project. Okay, on our list to be funded, but not yet funded, is Phase 2A and 2B of Central Scott, which you've heard about before, and the Reed Hall, which you've heard about before. The new one on that list is Fairview Phase 2 water extension that the board put on our list to try to get funding. And so the Lane Group is working on that. It's currently gathering more user agreements. And we have many other areas that need water line extensions and that the board will consider for funding as well. Like Long Haul Road up at Nicholsville, Stanley Valley Road, many others. I'm leaving your area out. It's just because I can't bring it up in my mind right now, but there's many areas that need water.
Thank you, Mr. Dishman, for, I see the Robinette Valley, which I had contacted you a lot about. I'm pleased to see that that's complete. And the Upper Cliff Mountain is another one that I have contacted. And the Fairview Phase 2, I'm really pleased. I think one of those residents came before the board recently, and I'm really pleased that that's being looked at, and hopefully they will get water.
Yes. And Robinette Valley Phase 2 is another one that there's folks down there desperate need of water.
We were at the Winnewisco meeting Monday night, and they're very proud of Cliff Mountain and the role they had. You got to know Dwayne Miller very well, I think, during
I
that time.
did. I contacted him every week.
We appreciate them too for helping out.
And Salvin not only is involved, she actually took water to those folks. So that was commendable on your part to do that. And those people, that's about as appreciative they might have ever seen. They getting that water up there. It took a while getting it. Are you having issues now getting material? I mean, at one time you had trouble getting parts.
That's settled down.
It has.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Has the price come down?
Yes, price came down also.
Plus, that was Cliff Mountain, that was the problem, had the money, but couldn't buy the product. He had nothing to get, pumping station, all the parts for that, and
Yes.
the water line, everything, so it would
Right.
be good.
Right.
So, but I'd never seen turn a spigot on, you take a big lighter and catch on fire. I said, that's not good. When you tap water will burn, there's something going on.
No, that's,
That video made all the way, people in Richmond saw that too. Everybody was seeing that, we had that
Yes.
kind of issue. Well, I seen it in my own eyes, I went there and
Yes.
it was real.
yeah, it'd be funny if it wasn't.
Yeah. See, capture it, maybe heat your house with it or something, but I don't know, it was pretty crazy.
I was very excited we were able to get that for them,
All right.
or help do whatever we did.
I haven't seen the county paper today, I guess, so.
Anything else? All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Got a lot going on, had a lot going on, and so your water to the folks in the county is a big deal.
Thank you for your help. Appreciate it.
All righty, coming down toward the end of this. We don't have any kind of closed session, I don't think, do we, Ms. Starnes? Okay. So with that, we're down to item 21. Y'all want to take a break? Go ahead and get through it. It's just 40 minutes into this, good Lord. Anyway. Huh? Well, they gonna come?
He couldn't be here because of the 2-hour delay,
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
forgot about that.
All right.
but hopefully he'll bring his class in the spring.
I didn't know where we'd run before you could get here or not.
Yeah, no.
All right, we're down to comment, request, recommendation on the board. Mr. Jeter, have anything?
All I've got is wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And appreciate the staff for all the hard work they've done. They make us look real good. And I want to say that it's been a pleasure to work with all of you. And the ones that won't be back, I wish you all the best and everything. And hope y'all have a good time and not have to be aggravated with this. But it's a tough job. I mean, you get calls all the time, and maybe your phone will cool down now. But I appreciate all of you, appreciate everything that you've done for the community while you served on this board. That's all I've got.
And in saying that, we do have 3 of the new members that's here today to be sitting up here next month, so welcome you all to the meeting, and I wish you well. So anyway, 3 here today, I think. Mr. Magnus, he's not here. Anyway, welcome you all to the meeting. Mr. Tipton.
Yeah, I would also echo what Mr. Jeter said. It's been a pleasure working with the board, and it's been an honor to serve the county. And sometimes there's decisions that we make, that look good on the surface, and then, we have to do some digging to find out what the real truth is. And sometimes it may not be what the eyes saw it to see and thought about it. So, but it's been a pleasure. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and welcome the new board in, and hope all goes well and continues well with the county.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Brick.
I too want to add my thanks to the people that won't be back. It's been great serving with you, and welcome the new members that are here. I look forward to working with you. We've had, like to remember, family and friends of 2 people that I worked with a lot over the years. Buck Mead passed away in Nicholsville. And Buck was on the Board of Supervisors at one time and called basketball games for years, and he was a fine gentleman. And Dwan Turner passed away. Dwan was on the school board for a long time. And I knew Dwan very well over the years. And Harlan Irvin out in Manville served in the United States Army. He passed away. But that's all I have.
All right. Ms. Hood.
I enjoyed working with everyone and getting to know everybody, the staff, and I learned a lot about Scott County. I think we did well as a board. The most special thing, rewarding thing, for me was our part in getting water for the Black Gum residents. And I would like to wish well the new board coming on. And we who are leaving, I hope we have fun and.
Maybe we'll have a reunion somewhere.
We may do that, we may do that. But I wish everyone well. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Adams?
Well, I will echo what everybody else has said. It has been an honor, I think, and a privilege to serve with you. And I'm very grateful for this. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm thankful for that. You know, I know our paths cross, and sometimes we don't necessarily understand situations, and I'm grateful that God planted you all in my life, and I appreciate what you've done and your steadfast fight for this community and this county, and your unwavering commitment is what I would say, and I appreciate that. I have learned so much from each one of you individually, and I am so thankful for that, and I'll carry that with me. And I'm excited to work with the new board, and I look forward to that. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, ma'am. And just briefly, it's been a pleasure for me to serve on this board 12 years, and 10 of them sitting here in this middle seat. And I never had any ambition to ever sit here. We tried to get Joe Herron to sit here when I first got elected, and he said, I'll pray about it. Well, the Lord must told him not to. But anyway, I was put here and working with Miss Cagley and with Kathy, at the time, and it was a learning experience for me. But I never had any ambition to be here in this middle seat, never. So anyway, I do thank the staff, and it's been 12 years, 144 meetings, and I didn't miss a one. 1 year we didn't have, 1 month we didn't have a meeting, November of 20, because of COVID, we didn't have a meeting at all. So with 143 meetings, and I was able to attend every one of them. So we had a lot going on. And one of the big things that we had to deal with, Darryl and I talked about some of the things, the landfill, and the first thing when Bo Taylor said, we got to secure the courthouse. And so how do we do it? He said, well, we've got to move the Commissioner of Revenue out and the Treasurer's office out. There's nowhere to go. And so I was able to work that out and to get them. And I remember one of the attorneys in the common attorney's office said, we got to have metal detectors. He said, we had a kind of a high profile trial here. And 3 of them, we had temporary metal detectors, and 3 of my witnesses had weapons. And so he said, we got to secure the courthouse. And it was a big move to do that. We built a separate floor on here where we're at today, and was able to do it without killing the county too awful bad. So just a few of the things we had to deal with right out of the box. Now, you remember a lot of that, what we had to do, and so anyway, we did the best we could with what we had. So with that, you staff, y'all been good. Tane, I'm gonna miss you on these appointments. You've always done good with that, and the finance and stuff. Amy, I'm gonna call you Amy now, your first name now instead of Ms. Vickers. Frida, you've been great. Been working with you, and Sally, you kept me out of trouble. I think if I can get by a little while longer, I'm out of trouble. So didn't always agree with her on things, but I ended up we'd better listen to her because she gets paid to give us legal advice.
Absolutely.
And so I advise the new board to listen to her because she researches this stuff. She knows how to do things, and listen to her because she will keep you out of hot water. There's a lot of legal stuff that you got to deal with, that you have to deal with, and you have to. And so I advise you to take her advice because she's giving us good advice. All right, thank all of you. It's been good working with you. Darryl, we got elected at the same time, so you're still here. Marshall, it's been good working with you. You come in 2015, I think. 16, you started serving, so it's been good working with you. I asked Friday, we have two of us meet at a time with county administrator to go over the agenda. I asked to do it with Selma. I said, well, I want to go out with her. I want to meet with her when we have our 2-person meeting. So, not that I shun anybody else, I just I want to talk with her. And so thank you for your service. You've done well. The people in Black Gun, they would let you move in with them. They love you that much because you helped them that much getting them water up on that hill. All that. God bless you. I wish you Godspeed and very Merry Christmas. Hope you do real well. Your new board, I think you're left in good hands here. You'll do well. Pray about it. Pray about these meetings.
Yes.
Pray about it because I'm telling you, God will lead you in the right direction. If I give you any advice at all, make every decision you make based on what's best for the county, not you. You'll always do that. Do what's best for the county. And if you won't get it right, as times as you want. But you take the information you got at that time. Now, it's Monday morning quarterback stuff. You find out later on, well, you should have done this or that when you get new information. Take the information you got at the time and make the best decision you can at that time. And the only way you will never make a mistake is stay at home and never do anything. If you stay at home, on your couch, never do nothing, you'll never make a mistake. But you get out there and try to get something done, watch what happens. And there'll be people that are ready to eviscerate you if you make a mistake. But you won't make that mistake if you stay at home and stay on the couch. I said more than I intended to. I always do.
You make a lot of decisions and then it'll come back and you say, oh gosh, why did we do that?
Yeah.
But you learn from your mistakes, and you'll learn as the new board will learn. I mean, me and Danny's made some bad ones, and
Yeah.
we've regretted them, and we still fuss about them. Well, I wish we hadn't have done that, but hindsight catches you, so you just have to do the best you can, do what's right for the county, and always keep the county in mind that we're all work for the people of the county, and you'll get a lot of fuss in that, I'll guarantee that. You ain't gonna, first meeting I come to, I thought, well, I'm gonna please everybody. Well, I went out of that first meeting, I said, this ain't gonna work. I said, I'm just gonna do what I think's right for the county, and if they fuss at me, they fuss at me. But it's a tough job. You'd probably be the worst job you've ever had, all in all. But it's an important job for the county because you're the ones that's making the decisions for all the citizens of the county. And I appreciate all of you that's coming new, and I really appreciate all the bunch that I've worked with for the last 12 years. Hopefully I'll live to get 4 more years in. I'm getting old, so I may be here 4 years, and I may not, but thank everybody for everything you've done.
Thank you, Mr. Mann, for serving as chair. I know that it's a difficult job, and I really appreciate all you did. And I didn't say enough about our employees. Ms. Starnes knows more about Scott County than anybody I've ever known. And I'm glad I know her and have her number. And Ms. Kegley is so good with helping us with our legal issues, and you're just excellent. And I'm glad that I got to know you.
It's been very rewarding. All right, anybody else before I ring this gavel one last time? All right, next meeting will be January the 3rd. Okay, January the 3rd. Welcome all of you back then. God bless you. Good job.
I won't be here.
You can.